The Premier Sport Fan Center show, and this is the live segment of the Champions League. Today the big matches line up. We are here to cover it live, and with me in the studio I have important guests to discuss this. Well, before I introduce them, let's go hear what the fans have to say about the Champions League. In a moment we'll be back. Don't go away.
Alright, the second leg of the UEFA Champions League. Liverpool,
Vinicius Junior, and that young man on the right, that new guy, those small boys, they are going to do wonders and pepper Liverpool. Not forgetting Cruz in the center, not forgetting Valverde, not forgetting their main man at the central position who has been scoring heavily these days. You know, and they have the best keeper in the world. Thibaut Courtois is actually a keeper with one of the best records right now. So Liverpool should respect it. If you want to place a bet, I'm going to advise you. We'll chop it. One dog.
All right. Let's look at this. You know, Liverpool, it's like they lost form. It's like they forgot how to win. But now they are back. Since they started winning, I think they are winning after that is it. We have seen it through and to me, I feel it's going to be very difficult for Real Madrid to defeat them easily because they have bounced back and
he does not play deep. You understand? Ancelotti is somebody that doesn't shy from attack. He's going to absorb the pressure using 5 midfielders very likely, and they're going to put Benzema alone in the front. So you're going to see a lot of counter runs, and Madrid is as sharp as Liverpool on the counter. So we're expecting a counter situation in that match.
All right, counter situation. I want you to just tell me
what the fans say. Well, let me introduce to you the guests I have today. Good analyzers. First, let me start. It's familiar. These are your takes. What are your take on this match today, Mr. Demi?
You know, it's like a game that, for me, the first leg has decided it. And when you look at games like this, they are two powerhouses in European football. They know each other. So, you know, it's just like a setup for Liverpool. They really put themselves in a very uncomfortable position. Because when you go 5-3 down against the Royal Madrid, as many call them in Spain, they just come back and they slaughter you. Finish the job here.
All right, Doctor, what's your own take on this?
To be pretty candid, I think Madrid is ready for quarterfinals. Because if you look at the performance of the first one, make sure that they hold this their win. They're not going to lose this.
Yeah.
At any rate.
Yeah, they're not going to lose this at any rate. Now, first of all, let us look at the lineup of this encounter. Let us begin to think what the coaches are thinking. From the lineup, from the the formation, we'll be able to have some ideas. And looking at Klopp is trying to achieve today.
You know, when you look at the setup very well, you notice that it's more or less like a 4-2-3-1 formation with Milner playing deep. So, you know, he must have learned something from the error of the first leg. Because when you open up for this Real Madrid team, they will actually hurt you. So he's trying to be conservative, and let's just see if we can hit them 1-2, score as early as possible. You remember the Anfield recovery, where they later defeated Barcelona 4-0 after losing the first leg 3-0. So it is possible, but how realistic it is with this current Liverpool squad, I don't see them coming back into this game.
You don't see them coming back into this game. And let us look at the formation of Real Madrid. Real Madrid is playing 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1. So, Mr. Adeyika, what do you think the manager is trying to achieve here?
So, if you're looking at really a central defender is playing from the left. We have Milicio at the center, and then we still have Rudiger at the center. So they're actually playing 3 central defenders plus Cavalla at number 2, which means they are beefing up their defense heavily. And then they are using 2 holding midfielders, Liverpool, on counter-attacks. And as much as possible, move forward with them, because the midfielders they are using Camavinga, you're using Toni Kroos, you're using Camavinga. Those are young, fast legs. And then they're using Tchouaméni. This is a 19-year-old that has done greatly, even played for the French team at the Mondial, the World Cup, and did so well. So they see them trying to control the pace from the midfield, at the same time hoping for a counter-attack. Vini is very fast on the counter, and so is Benzema. Karim can do wonders within a few minutes. Modric is there to supply them a quick one. So they are hoping for a counter. At the same time, they want to control the midfield.
Wow.
So that's the kind of structure we have here.
Right, that's a good analysis. But let us look at the first leg. Right now it is 33 minutes into the first half and no goal for either side. Both in the game between Frankfurt and Napoli, there is no goal. But let's look at the first match. What actually happened to the Liverpool squad? What do you think went wrong with the Liverpool squad that made Real Madrid came back from 2-0 and won 5-2?
You know, it's just as simple as lack of concentration. They lost concentration. You know, one delicate thing about playing football is there's no particular time you can't lose goals. They relaxed. They felt, oh, they have their game in their hands. Meanwhile, you are playing the defending champion. They just won the World Club Championship. You are playing a team with mentality. A team that they believe if they are still 4 goals down, they can come back. They have history on their side. They are the the most successful team in this competition.
Yeah. Secret of Real Madrid, because successively they have defeated Liverpool thrice out of the Champions League. That's you understand what I'm saying? And in their last match, they were able to come back from the match.
They're coming out to win the match, not to discuss. So even if a PSG is leading them by a goal, and then you have to come back or two, they still believe in the last 15 minutes of the game they can punish well. Oh yes, they suffered a 2 difference, and that's the kind of team we're dealing with here. Okay, so if care is not taken, this Madrid team will go on to play in the final of the Champions League again. Because I don't see an entering Frankfurt or in Napoli stopping this Madrid team. Their mentality is strong. They have quick playing players, young players. You have Vini on the other side. You have Tchouaméni. You have Camavinga. You still have a very rich bench of 20s and 19-year-olds who are willing to do anything for the team. And their defense is beefed up now. Right. You have Rudiger there. You have this guy, Militiao, and then you still have Nacho. So they actually have the mentality. They are not going to win. They're likely not going to win the La Liga, so they want to take the Champions League. So that's what I think about that.
All right, that's very good. Now this is the 37th minute of the first half. Mr. Adeyemi, can you just summarize what you have seen so far? The play, the attack and the defense, and the pressure.
When you look at this game so far, Liverpool has been G2. You know, there's this thing when you're playing football, the psychological aspect, whereby you are too conscious of your defense. So you don't just go and attack. And this kind of game, you have to attack like a blind man. Because you're already 3 goals down. Look at Liverpool. How many legs are in the box? Look at it. When that ball went for you can only count 2 or 3. You can't come back from a 3 goals down playing with how many bodies are in the box. You want to score, you need bodies in the box because you need somebody to connect. Because you are playing a side that have 2 experienced defenders. They understand positioning and timing. And the run of the game, you look at them, they play to the right. To the right. The post is at the center. You need men in front of the goal to score. And meanwhile, leaving Darwin Núñez alone in that box is an error. Because if you look at how many chances
they don't believe that they can come back, but their idea is struggling. Okay, let's look at the possession. The possession is 51 for Real Madrid and 49 for Liverpool. Then goal attempt is 8 for Real Madrid and 8 for Liverpool. Shot on goal 4-4 somehow. You know, when you talk about possession and a goal attempt, all the trials, you see that it is balanced to some extent. But let us also look at some of the players that have been outstanding in this very. Right now we have Mo Salah. If we talk about Mo Salah, is the second highest goal scorer in the Champions League. Though it was the highest, but Haaland came yesterday. Haaland scored 5 goals and overtook him. You know, from 5 goals to 10 goals. You know, from 5 goals to 10 goals. Now Salah sits second, where Vinicius Junior sits third with 7 goals. Salah is 8 goals. So these people are present here, and we're expecting goals from them.
To be candid, I expect Salah to score in this match. If he doesn't register a goal, he should get an assist. You have to look at the kind of teams we're playing to. Real Madrid has played Liverpool in the last 5-6 years about 60 minutes. So the mentality is already dropped. Now, Klopp doesn't want that to be more complicated. He wouldn't want to at least, let's just go with honor. Okay, so if we're leaving the Champions League, let's leave it on honor.
Let's go with pride.
Yes, let's just, let's still keep our respect intact. We don't want to go and suffer 7-up in somebody's ground. Okay, yes, because
back and the bounce back on Manchester United.
I don't want to see that. I don't want that happening again. So they're being careful. So that's why we have such a formation. They are not really in the 18-yard of the opponent. No. The possession is reading 49, 48. Madrid is still holding possession. You are the one on the back foot. You want to equalize. You want to win. You should have more shots at goal, more possession. But it's not that. That's not what we're seeing now. Okay, so I don't think they are on to win too. They first want to keep their respect. Let's just get a draw if possible. Get
something again. Okay, let us look at some combination, because right now, if we want to talk about players, beautiful combination, we see that in Madrid, and those days we used to see Liverpool, Mane, Salah, and we are seeing it, Vinicius, Benzema. Do they still stand the best combination in the world?
Right now there are better combinations really. When you want to look at the world of football now, you look at the combination of the Bruno and Haaland, the goal ratio in between the two of them, both goal and assist. Yeah. And when you look at another combination this season, we cannot but talk about Saka and Odegaard and Gabriel Jesus. Some love to call him Jesus. But that combination too has done a great job this season. So there are a lot of combinations. There's Messi Mbappe combination. So
which is also very hot. Right
Madrid
now
is actually, I think they are suffering from playing too many matches. Madrid that is around, I think 37, 38, Benzo, some people like calling him Benzo, 35 or thereabout. And you have aging guys in your squad. Mixed with Cruz is not young. Carvajal too, I think he should be close to his 30s. So when you have guys like that, their body doesn't recover fast enough. It is just normal. So when you see Madrid struggling in the league, it's understandable. But they play. I don't think it's the coaches. I think it has to do with more of the people that run Real Madrid. Maybe they talk to those guys before the match. And we really need to study that, because the way they play Champions League is very different.
So, combination in football right now, most especially the combination between Vinicius and Benzema.
Yes.
Is it still as strong as it used to be like last season? We saw the combination so mad. And we see it there right now.
The combination is still as potent as it used to be. If you're going to be honest, there's another young man in the squad who comes in from time to time. I think he's Rodri, the Brazilian guy. Fantastic. And now they have a wonder kid that comes in and puts a nod into the net, and it just ends the game for them. Now, Vinicius is still as hot as he used to be, although I see him going to bed sometimes, just like we think. He might be fatigued, but he's not doing badly. Benzema still delivers when in front of the goal. Give him a half chance, he puts it in. I don't think they're the best combination right now in Europe, because you have to look at Haaland, just like Adeyemi has said. You have to look at Haaland, De Bruyne, and then Saka is doing wonderfully well in Europe with the top strikers too, whether it's the Ghanaian guy or whether it's Jesus. He keeps doing so well, delivers the passes, they score. And Messi and Mbappe seem to be understanding themselves better now. They are flowing much better. Imagine that kind of pass Messi. So that's the kind of thing we're talking about. But football is wonderful and it keeps evolving.
Yeah.
You see, I was challenging a few people this morning and they kept on saying the players of old, 70s and 60s, had more challenges. It was more problematic. They had the football was more difficult. I said, no, football is more difficult now. For the goalkeepers, for the defenders, it is much more difficult, even for the striker. The reason is because if you use a particular trick the last time, you are not going to go away with it the next time. Because the opposing team is going to study you with technology. And they are going to match you technology and look for the players to play those roles, and they'll cage you. So it's more difficult.
More difficult. We saw that in Haaland, because when Haaland came to England, he was banging goal. At the point the team dropped. He played for like 4 matches, we didn't see him score again.
Exactly.
And even recently, the one he scored against
difficult. Now the coach has to go back and look at how to reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
Okay, let's take Haaland out from that position. Yes. Maybe he runs in and let them take his eyes off. So that's That's the challenge they have in football right now. That is the present day football. It's different from what we used to have in the 70s, in the 80s, when people just played physically and used their raw talents, and then people believe that, oh, they were the best players, they're better than these ones. I said, no, you have to look at the evolution of football.
You wanted to say something?
I just want to back up what the doctor has said. You see, when we have a game whereby there are softwares that they can analyze your movement, where they can divide your movement maybe into 3, 4, 7 parts. They know your first move. And one thing about the brain is many of the time when you are with the ball, what you do first is what you always do. Well, I remember when I was
unconsciously.
My first touch, I know it. And when I touch the ball like that, there's every 60-70% any pass will come out. But when I miss that first touch, there can be a problem. You know,
a beautiful attack from the right side of Liverpool. Will they make that goal? Oh, that is a beautiful one.
So when you now have an app that can study, that's why I respect Messi, Ronaldo a lot, because they came at this age and they can still keep up till this time of the season. On
the last minute of the game, Osimhen scored for Liverpool. Wow! Osimhen is becoming something else in Europe. Can you just say something about Osimhen just in 1 minute?
If you are looking for the next, the evolution of the next best striker in Africa, that guy is it. And that guy is going to be a beast. He's going to challenge the likes of Haaland, he's going to challenge Mbappe, he's going to challenge Vinicius Jr. in the next few years. Because that guy, he came from nowhere, he didn't attend their kind of academies, and he has brought himself to that level where he's challenging them wherever he is now. So I see him doing so well and even competing for the World Footballer of the Year in the coming years.
Wow.
I just think this is fair enough. If you can keep up this, it will be the African Footballer of the Year first. Then secondly, there's this thing, his coach, Luciano Spalletti.
Yeah.
He said, remove the anger from Osimhen. Remove the best part of it. He plays football with so much anger, so much hunger. You know, that kind of a guy, when you put him around De Bruyne, you have assist around him. He will score Haaland. Haaland too is hungry. But there's something that Osimhen has that Haaland doesn't have. Osimhen has footwork. Osimhen can take the ball from the midfield, dribble 1-2 and score. Haaland doesn't have that. Haaland only has power and precision. It's very direct. So when we talk about Osimhen, take him to a very good club, he will score you goals. And I think we have an African that can at least give us the world best.
Yeah, no, talking about the African best, some of the, I was discussing with some fans, they were saying Osimhen is good, but probably
94. The World Cup of 1994. You will agree with me that Liberia did not feature at the World Cup. Neither were they at the Nations Cup. However, in 1995, George Opongwe was celebrated. We are not going to base Osimhen. In 2012, Lionel Messi, Andres Messi was given the World Cup. I mean the Ballon d'Or again. However, he didn't perform well at the Mundial, the World Cup Mundial. It was a World Cup 2010. Snyder, and then we had Iniesta, Xavi, Hernandez. But Messi still came from nowhere, and then he said, give him a trophy, man. It belongs to me. How did he do it? 91 goals in one calendar year.
Wow.
When we have strikers in England who haven't even scored 12. The top strikers were struggling with 18, 20. This guy scored 91 in one calendar year. And in the league year, in the league season, he scored 50 league goals.
Wow.
That year. That's huge. That record is yet to be cleared. Nobody has got near it. Ronaldo tried everything, but come on, he's still struggling in Saudi Arabia.
I think there is a boy.
Right.
Alan.
Yeah.
If it continues like that,
Alan will be all right, that is beautiful. The both matches that is going on right now, I think they are half-time break, and we have seen Liverpool. I thought maybe they would come in since they are 5-2 down. I thought they would come in and in the first half be able to score like 2 goals and be waiting for the second half to score more 2. But yeah, they're having nothing.
Well, for Liverpool, like I said before, my expectations are pretty low. And Madrid is caging them pretty well. They still hold the possession, and they're still shooting as much as Liverpool is shooting. So that's keeping Liverpool on their side. The expectation for second half. For example, I'm sorry for guys who have placed the bet on win-win or score goals, scored half. Some people will have lost millions right now. But second half should be more entertaining in terms of goals, because Madrid is a team that will wait until the last blow of the whistle before they can say, okay, we didn't score. And Liverpool has Salah too. It can pull something out of the heart. So that's it for me.
In the first half.
You know, one thing that's been Liverpool's undoing is ignoring Mane has been the shock absorber for Salah. Because Salah can run, yes, but give Salah pace 1, he scores. Now Salah has to pace those 3 players and pace 1 to score. That is the extra work. Because bringing in Gakpo and Nunes, they've not really come to the party. And when you look at this game, Salah is being stretched. Yeah. Look at this season. You see that Salah, the quality is there. Look at his numbers. But he's being stretched. The job that was for 2 people is now 1.5 on him. So, you know, Liverpool played all the competition last season to the last game. Liverpool is just integrating into the team. So that's their own doing. And
but looking at, you know, I thought when Mane left, I think it was Luis Diaz they brought. Yes. I thought he was going to, but right now he's on injury, and they have not really gotten a replacement for him. Was he a good replacement for Mane?
If you look at Luis Diaz, for example, how will he adapt the first season with Salah and the crew in the midfield? It's going to be tough. Even Lionel Messi, the greatest of all times, could not adapt to Mbappe, to the same Neymar he used to play with all the Hakimis behind and all the Nunes, all the Danilos, and he couldn't still perform in his first season. But see him in the second season. He's doing so well already. Won the first World Footballer of the Year, not just because of World Cup, but also for his assists. He still holds one of the highest assist records in Europe. He's the highest. He's the highest.
In the world of football.
In the world of football. So if that kind of person could not adapt in his first season, who is Diaz to adapt? Who is Nunes to adapt in the first season? It's going to be tough. Mane was doing so much work. His workload was like 150% whatever Salah was doing at the time. Yeah. He was delivering for Salah to score. But now you take that guy out for whatever reason, and then you expect to remain cool. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
And that is what we are seeing. Now that is the result we are seeing. Well, let's talk about Benzema too, just like we talked about Mane. No, last season, Benzema is seeing right now. Of course. It's like he has dropped form.
What do you expect from him 35 years ago? Sir, what you used to do 5 years ago, can you do it now? No matter how you diet yourself, it's just the 10 years. The way you heal fast like that now. That's just what's happening to Benzema. His body will not recover on time. Look at Ronaldo. What is in his mind, his body cannot carry out that again. So that's the issue with Benzema. Just age.
Yeah.
It's just age.
If you happen to meet Ronaldo, will you advise him to retire?
To retire him. The reasons are pretty simple. The Cristiano Ronaldo we know has always been a goal-getter. He grew up footballer to have. He didn't have those kind of skills. He developed himself from within here. He decided he was going to be the best. He He refused to get involved in what others do. He doesn't ask that kind of guy to retire now. What would you give him to do? You're asking him to stop chasing titles and chasing fame. What are you going to give him? So he's not going to possibly going to leave football and go into some form of acting and then maybe some coaching, but he's not going to sit on the bench.
He's not going to do. But we've seen him in Al Nassr. I think he has been scoring goals and he has been scoring hat-trick. I think he has gotten his third hat-trick now in Al Nassr. That means it's still not 4-4. Okay. All right. Okay. Are you hoping to see him in the Champions? Are you hoping to see him bring Al Nassr to the Champions League? Is it possible?
Relevance. Yes. However, league is in the dark. You are not even reckoned with. You are not even listed. Okay, so it's just the fans that keep looking for Ronaldo. You have to look for it on the map of the internet. Where's Al Nassr playing? The mainstream TVs are not going to show it. So when we're talking of him being hidden, not even in Japanese league. J-League is even much more glamorous, or the Chinese league. So the only thing he's selling now is the brand Ronaldo. And within a while, the truth is, human beings have a way of forgetting people.
Probably like somebody like Ronaldo, I know he did zeal, he enthusiasm to play football, but I still believe that he still needs manager who.
First, this guy has done a lot for football.
Yeah. Oh, you can't take that away from him.
And there's something working space. To collect pension.
Yeah.
So I think what Ronaldo is enjoying in Saudi Arabia is just like pension. He has worked and done a lot. So they are just rewarding him. And the coach says something, the coach of Al Nassr. He said most of the players in Al Nassr, they are not trying to train like Ronaldo. Now that explains, when you go and check their form before Ronaldo and check after Ronaldo came, you will see a very big difference.
Wow.
They are raking in results. I think now they are joint top. They were not on top of the table before. Because Colombian guy, Rodriguez, he said he wanted to inspire everybody to come very early. Came, I think, around 5 years old, but I already met Ronaldo training. It was also like, wow, this guy. When you win, and the hunger is just as if you've not won anything. I don't know where those vibes comes from, but Ronaldo, for me, I still think he will still collect his pension to 3 to 5 years.
It's not possible.
It's possible.
Oh, well, I'll give him 2 years.
2 years, maximum.
Yes.
Maximum of 2 years.
He gets to 40, he'll possibly
give him 7 years. Like 2 years as a player and 5 as an ambassador. Now, when you look at that too, he's playing well now. Very soon, he will become like an assistant player
coach. Yeah.
So
for like the next season, he will likely double as coach, assistant. And that's the same thing Xavi Hernandez did in Qatar. And first year he played. The next year he was the player coach, and then he was able to bring that team to, I think they went as far as Champions League.
Champions League
in Asia.
Wow.
So
all right, that's a nice one. Let's talk about the managers today. I was reading one of those sport articles, and I saw when they were, kind of trying to praise what Arteta has done in Arsenal, and you were saying Real Madrid is talking with Arsenal. So are they trying to sack Ancelotti, or has Ancelotti done well this season for Real Madrid? Oh yeah, yes, not done
it. Madrid has one thing. Arsenal team doesn't have at all syndrome. Arsenal will take anything. Just give us top 4. Just give us a title, even if it is principal cup. That you won last season doesn't mean you are winning now. You are judged by what you are doing now. And look at it, in Chelsea for the past, in England for the past 20 years, the most successful club is Chelsea. When you look at the quality of the trophies they won. Why? Because they killed at all syndrome. They killed what? At all. Okay, tell me a coach that didn't win something for Barca and kept his job the next season. So look at, they killed Atol syndrome. So if you want to be the best in the world right now, I use Atol syndrome. You have to kill it. That's their way. They are galactical. There's nobody that is bigger than they can do and undo.
Yeah, Doctor, your view, as Ancelotti done well this season so far?
Well, if you want to base it on this season, Ancelotti has won the World Club Cup for them.
Okay.
He failed in the
League.
Super Cup.
Yeah.
That's the Spanish Super Cup.
Yeah.
And unfortunately lost to their arch rivals.
Beating 3-1. Yeah.
And that is a lot of minus. Mourinho was actually peppered in Madrid because he lost to Barca. Now, Mourinho will come back and beat Barca. However, Mourinho won the league once. And that was good enough for them because he took the cup from Barca and he was able to. Mourinho never won any Champions League for Real Madrid till he left. But winning the league once, the following year, he possibly looked at things and these guys, before they asked me, let me start preparing. The contract is almost over. If you win it the next year, it's going to be trouble. If he didn't win the principle. Oh no, the principles are standard. The same thing with the Barcelona. These are big clubs, top clubs. Yeah. Guardiola left. He ran from Barca. He retired. He left.
They sacked him.
8/10 trophies, and he still penned down and said, "I'm leaving." So these are the mentalities. These are the philosophies of these clubs. They don't play in the league. Yeah. They play on top of the league.
Wow. Okay, let's look at Klopp. Klopp did well in the previous years, but this particular year, I think Liverpool has not won anything, and the Premier League, they're in 6th position. There's the Champions League about going out now. So what else are they remaining? Has Klopp done well so far?
You know that when you look at it from if we analyze, I can bet on that. Liverpool